of smartphones. And so they just were told to explore apps and pay attention to the ones they liked, the ones they didn't. We later used that in a more narrow focused conversation about the mobile verse, is what I call it. And what makes mobile work, why is it so popular, where our program fits in it. And then we started to ask them questions about what types of apps they like and what they didn't. And we used that information to basically kind of guide them towards creating their own apps. So App Inventor came at that point where it was time to design their own apps. Our classes are housed at Howard University in their computer science department, and which was a great blessing. We didn't realize it, but we had all these computer science majors coming in and talking to the students about how this is a great opportunity and they wish they had it when they were young. And so that was a resource that we constantly had visitors coming in and telling the students about how beneficial the class was. And so they started to pay attention to that more than we thought they would, and they began to ask questions about what was it like to be a computer science major. And so that just was an added bonus in terms of when you start this programming thing and things don't always go the way you plan, there are other people who are feeling the same frustration, and you can kind of ask them how they dealt with it and things of that nature. We started with Scratch, and it was a great transition in terms of it's the same blocks editor, so to speak, and the bridge basically that we used was we built a mock app in Scratch. And so I felt when the students were ready to they were able to build an app in Scratch, then we were certainly ready to go over into App Inventor. We also had to teach the students about graphic design. That was a major resource or content area that we had to focus on. But outside, I'm a computer scientist. The co-instructor is also a computer scientist and a Java developer. So we had, in terms of an instruction standpoint, we had that perspective. The thrill came in waves, right? The first thrill of excitement was, first, wow, there's this world out there that we introduced the students to called apps, and we gave them phones and they were able to explore them. But it was kind of like this off in the distance, oh, this is some game someone created. But when they did the tutorials, it was like, wow, I did it, and I did it in a day. The next wave came when they actually saw their own ideas actually come to fruition on the phone. And it was like, maybe it didn't work the way they wanted, but it was their idea, it was their app, and they worked hard on it. The third wave came when their parents realized that, hey, my baby